Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Mark Sip and Sistas. Tonight we're just gonna talk whatever comes to our mind about how our day was, or last week, or who knows what's gonna come up. Lisa, any thoughts?
I have some thoughts, Tracy.
Oh, good, because I am not in thoughts right now.
I mean, I do kind of like how you said exciting episode.
Yeah, so we got to do something fun.
I mean, if they listened to our last episodes, there were some funny ones.
That one was pretty fun. You guys need to listen to our last episode.
We had some funny ones on there.
Yeah.
So today,
okay.
Today we went to our cousin's to help him do some work at his rental. It's gonna turn into the son's house. So we get down there, and we had the guys with us, and we start.
Well, okay, stop for a minute.
Stop a minute. I'm stopped.
For when we got there, I felt like he was not ready.
I don't think he was ready.
He was not prepared to give us something to do.
Which I find was interesting because he knew we were coming.
And he's usually organized.
Because he said, if I would have known we were going to put the door in today, I would have had blah, blah, blah.
Well, he told us he wanted to put the door in today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something felt off. Misunderstanding. Okay, so this buddy that was there.
He was so polite, but I do not like to be called ma'am. Absolutely no.
He was calling me sir.
Yeah.
He was very
polite.
He was a very polite kid.
He was helpful.
He did say at one point that he wanted to go. He was thinking about after high school. I need a hammer, Tracy, to put my puzzle piece in.
Well, that's up to Chris and Brian.
He did say that after high school, which I found, Corey said he was a senior, but then I found out that he was a junior. He was thinking about going into the military, and then he
I heard that.
Since then he's kind of changed his tune a little bit, and he's thinking of welding.
Yeah.
Now, so bless this kid's heart. Like, I've heard that he has not had the best upbringing life. And he just wanted to be there and help do some of the construction work. And he ended up at one point trying to help me paint the bathroom. Because first he came out to the living room and wanted to know if I needed help trimming. And I said, well, are you a good trimmer? And he's like, well, no, not really. And I was like, well, then I think we better find something else for you to do. Because the guys really didn't need help with the door. Like, on what they were doing.
I mean, that took them a while, though.
It did. And so, like, they didn't really need help with that, but, like, he just wanted to really help with something. So, no, he decided he was not a good trimmer. But he thought maybe he was very good at rollering, like paint roller.
But was he?
So then I said, well, the problem is, which I could have smacked Corey for this, because if I would have known this whole entire time that he actually had a big roller and not the tiny little roller that you guys were using on the doors.
The big roller would have been way better, Corey.
Well, he gets it out. And
for crying out loud.
This kid sees it down in the basement, so he goes down and gets it and brings it back up, and then he's got to go back down and get the tray because he thought that he was going to use a little tray for a big roller.
Which he's never done any of this.
He hasn't.
So bless his heart.
He was trying. So then he brings it up, and I put paint in the tray for him, and I'd already had him tape off like around the shower and in the bathroom. He taped that all off, and then I put the paint in the tray for him, and he said, well, where do you want me to start? Because he started in the middle of the wall. That gave me a little OCD. And then I said, well, how about you start like right here by the shower edge and then go to your left towards the door, since I'm kind of going to my left, and then we're not like, it's a small space. We're not like,
because you're in the bathroom at this point, right?
Yeah, with this kid that I don't know. Yeah. And the toilet seat is down.
Oh, thank God.
So okay, yep, he could definitely do that. So he's in there just painting away, and I was done with trim, so I thought, well, I'm just gonna take a little drink break while he finishes this little bit, just like because I caught up, to him.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
'cause we weren't there. At this
you weren't
point.
there this time, and so then, like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, I'm out there talking to Caitlin, and her and I are talking about the dogs, and I'm telling her that today is Lacey's birthday, and she's 7, and she thinks that Max is 7, and I said their dog, and I said no, Max is older than Lacey, only by like a year or so. I thought we've talked about this.
Oh yeah, we have.
So, so she's trying to find a picture of Max. We discovered that Max is going to be 8 in August.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, this kid comes out, and he was like, "Oh, he's like, I don't think I can paint anymore." He's like, these fumes are so bad. He's like, I feel like I'm high off of this.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, well, take a little break. Like, we are in a small, confined little space. So just take a little break for a little bit. Okay, yeah. So he walks around and, I don't know, does whatever. And by this point, I go back in the bathroom and get out the roller, and I'm just going to start rollering. And so we can get it done. And I'm rollering away, and he comes in and he goes, "Oh my gosh, I don't know how you do this." He's like, "You weren't kidding when you said you were used to this."
Yeah, you like to paint.
And I was like, it was not bothering me at all. So he tries to tell me it was bothering him because he was so little.
What?
There was little jokes all day today.
Yeah,
he
little.
was short.
I mean, short. That's what he was trying to basically say.
That does not have nothing to do with your smell and. Okay.
So
keep going.
Yeah. So he couldn't roller anymore because it was bothering him because he was little. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
I could see what came to your mind.
So I helped. I finished this for him.
Oh, that was nice of you.
So I did it, got it done, yada yada. So yeah, because you guys got back.
It was about 1:30 when we got back.
I think you were sitting around the corner waiting for us to be done.
No, we were trying. Jean Chris's mom likes to talk and have conversations. So we were sitting there. Chris and her were talking, and Dan and I basically just sat there and
just stared at each other.
Listening.
No, we listened, and then we chime in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
And then finally, Jean had to go to the bathroom, and that was a perfect opportunity to be like, "Hey, yeah, we need to get back to help finish our painting and whatever." But they were done, thankfully.
Oh, okay, good, yeah. But it was nice to see them, and you met them because Mother's Day is approaching tomorrow.
Yeah, well, they were supposed to go to this birthday party, and his dad was sick. And we hadn't seen him in a while, so we decided we should meet them for lunch.
Yeah.
And so that was the plan. And then all of a sudden we decided we were going to help Corey. I don't know how that came about.
I might have to say that was probably my idea.
It's okay. He's helped us so much.
Yeah, I mean, he came up and helped at Evan's house.
He's helped me move twice.
Right? Like, by golly, you need to stop moving.
Yep, my next move is Arizona.
I thought you were going to say nursing home.
No.
Not there. Okay.
Not there
Not yet. But you're close. Okay.
Getting there.
Yeah. But we got I think Corey was really surprised that we got a lot done in that short amount of time that we were there.
Yeah, I don't get why he was so surprised.
I know.
I wish he would, because he said he had fixtures. But all he had was that ceiling fan for the guys to put in. They could have done all the fixtures in the time they were there.
Well, Brian did a front porch light.
Oh, okay.
And then they
helped him load stuff.
Yeah, they loaded stuff up out of the garage that was like left there from the renter. And then Yeah, I mean, we were down there, what, 9:30 to 2?
Yeah, because
Right?
we left
Yeah.
at 11:30. We got back there about 1:30, and I think we left there like 10 minutes to 2.
Yeah.
Because he said he was done. He was ready to go home.
Yeah, but then they were going to come back and finish painting.
I know, and I feel bad.
Yeah, and get the...
But we taught Caitlin. She turned out to be a pretty good painter.
Well, it was funny because when I went out into the to that back porch area to do like the second coat on behind the washer and stuff that we did,
Yeah.
I was like, Caitlin, I was like, do you wanna roll this wall and stuff for me? And she was like on TikTok or something, and she's like, oh, no, I'm really tired. And then all of a sudden she's like, but I have to help. So she gets up and starts rollering the wall because she was like, oh, but
well, I guess she volunteered to come.
Oh,
Is
okay.
what she told me when we were outside painting.
Yeah, okay.
So,
well, that was good.
That was her own doing.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So it was quite a long day. I ended up going home and laying in my hammock and taking a 45-minute nap.
Oh, did you fall out of your hammock?
No.
Oh my god.
It was too low, so I couldn't stand up and get out of it. Okay. I'd have Chris's help. But no, I didn't fall out this time.
Oh. You have fallen out of this hammock a few times before.
Oh, I have. And landed on my head, my back.
That kind of goes with the plush landing that we talked about in the last episode that
yeah, when we were in what state?
We were in Kansas.
Oh, that restaurant we ate at. We went there twice.
Yeah. We went to this
so good
Mexican restaurant and it was really good.
What town were we in?
And
I don't remember.
Emporia.
Oh, yes,
Emporia.
yes.
Yeah. And we went there a couple times and ate there. And I thought it was really good.
I did too.
And remember that time, the one time when we went, not the time that you fell, but you did fall. That the meal that Brian got,
no, that was huge.
Was like a big, huge bowl with like stuff.
It had shrimp on the side and
shrimp.
Did you end up eating that whole thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the molcajete.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, it looked good.
It was enormous.
Enormous.
But it was huge.
That
I'm impressed you could eat that.
I'm just...
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But their margaritas were pretty good.
Yeah.
We'd had
no bad ones for us there.
We had a couple of those while we were there.
Well, the one time we were there, we went too because, well, we liked it. We had been there before. And it was the Big 12 basketball tournament.
Oh, yes, yes.
And so we were trying to get them to turn the game on for us. And the waitress said, because we went before the guys. Because remember, we went to a different place first. Like brewery or something we went to first.
What was that place?
Yeah.
Like a pizza place.
It was a brew pub, but I don't remember.
And we decided that no, there wasn't anything there that we really liked or could drink or eat or something.
Leaving.
So you and I left and walked down to the Mexican restaurant, and we made the guys like
sneak out and pay.
Pay and sneak out. Let's face it that way. And so then we go down there and we're trying to get the waitress to change the channel. And she is like talking to the bartender, and the bartender's really busy, and the game was already on. We had it pulled up on my phone, and we were waiting for the guys to get down there. And then finally, I was like, I went up to the bartender, and I was like, "Can I just change it? Like, you want to give me the remotes?" And remember, he hands me that whole basket of remotes.
Oh my
God. And we were like, what the heck?
We finally
So
got
finally,
it.
thank God Chris got there. And then we were like, okay, Chris, we need your help. And then the bartender takes Chris, because we were trying the remotes at the TV.
Oh,
pointing
yeah.
them at the TV. And you know dang well this guy was like, the bartender was laughing at us.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because then when Chris gets there, Chris picks up the box. Hey, our CEO's mad.
Yeah.
Chris picks up the box of remotes, and the bartender looks at him and motions for him to come over there by the bar.
I don't remember that.
Because that's where all of the receivers were. And you had to point the remote at the receiver and not the TV. So he was clearly just letting us do our thing and thought that it was hilarious that
we didn't know what we were doing.
We had no clue what we were doing.
Yeah, I do remember that happening.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, yeah, we don't really have a clue what we're doing. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, you want to know what's been on my mind?
Absolutely.
You and I went to a grocery store today, and some doors say exit and some say entrance.
Yeah.
So, I'm really a stickler on going in the entrance door. So, this door we go to, they have two doors that aren't too far from each other. And I asked Lisa as we were walking up there, I'm like, which one's the entrance and which one's the exit? She's like, they're both exit and entrance. And so I had a tough time with that because I don't like that. Yeah. It's tough for me.
Because some stores that we have here, they have one way in, one way out.
Like, but people don't follow
but
that.
The door says enter here. And the door says exit here.
Yes.
But some people do not abide by that at all.
Oh, no. And it makes me so mad. There's been times when we were walking in the door and I'm like, this is an entrance door. Or if we're walking out, I'm like, this is an exit door.
Yeah, you do like to tell people
and I
that
say it out loud so they can hear me, but
they don't care.
They don't care. Is right.
No, they do not care about your entrance and exits. But
it bothers me.
Clearly, people.
I'd hope they could read.
But they can read, but are they purposely ignoring it because they want to go in the closest door?
Yes, guarantee that's what it is.
Or so they're just being lazy and they want to go in.
Yes. Most people these days are doing the things that get them faster and closer. So I guarantee they are wanting to go in that door. Because they're closest to it. Which makes no sense. Go in the exit.
And they should just all be identified. Right?
They are.
Yeah. Well, they're not. Like the ones we went to today when we went to the grocery store, were those identified?
They were not.
You see? And you had to ask me what was what.
And what did you do? You laughed at me.
Well,
kinda. Admit it.
I kind of laughed at you.
Yeah.
And then I said, they're both. Like you can go in and out them and it doesn't matter.
I didn't like that answer.
I know you didn't like that answer, but that's the answer that I gave you.
Yes.
By all means. Yeah. So what was I just gonna tell you?
Oh, I don't know. Something fun?
I kind of hope it was fun. Lacey thinks it's going to be fun too. She wants a fun story.
Our CEO is not happy about something, and we can't figure out what it is. She thinks there's an intruder upstairs. Maybe we need to use the ghost app and go upstairs and check it out sometime.
Oh, you've already checked out to see if I have ghosts here.
And you do. Is anybody else obsessed with ghosts?
No. I mean, do we have listeners that are obsessed with ghosts?
Yeah. I like looking for ghosts. I want to go ghost hunting.
And what do you want to find? What's your goal to find? Ghost hunting.
my goal in ghost hunting is to talk to a ghost.
What are you gonna say to this ghost, Tracy?
You just gonna say, "What up, Mr. Ghost"?
No, I'm gonna ask you questions.
Like what?
Like, who are you? Where are you from? How did you die? I mean, what would you ask a ghost?
I wouldn't talk to a ghost.
Why not?
That's weird. Why don't you tell our listeners about when we go and get tattoos?
Oh yeah, our tattoo lady that I've been seeing for years, she's done all but one of mine. She has a ghost app at her tattoo parlor that's always on. She turns it off for most people because they don't like it. But when I'm there, I ask her to turn it on so we can talk. And the ghost has a name, but I honestly cannot remember what the ghost's name was.
I can't either remember.
But it's fun to talk to this ghost.
So the ghost responds.
Yes.
Because the ghost lives upstairs.
Oh yeah, and it was scared of construction workers one time. It told her to get them out.
Yes, to get out the construction workers because it was afraid of them.
But don't you think you'd listen to the ghost? Because it could do harmful things to you.
Like what? What harmful thing is a ghost gonna do to you?
Haunt you. I don't know. What do ghosts do?
Not much.
Can they hurt people?
No.
How do you know that?
Because I don't believe in ghosts.
Oh. Okay, I do. I believe there's ghosts out there. And I believe they can talk. My toilet at the school flushes on its own.
It needs a new seal.
It just randomly flushes on its own.
It's talking to you, Tracy.
I know, it's Casper. I named it Casper the Friendly Ghost. And the kids asked me, they're like, did that flush on its own? I'm like, yeah, I named it Casper. But I don't think any of them knew who Casper was.
Probably not.
So that ghost talks to me through toilet flushes. It tells me they shut the toilet lid. That's what
Who
it told
shut
me.
the ghost shut the toilet lid?
Oh yeah, but there's not a toilet lid in the school's bathroom.
Oh my! How do you ever go to the bathroom there?
It's really scary. I don't know how to explain it.
Do you go with the door open and then you just run out?
No, I can't. Because people could walk in the nurse's office at any time. I have to go with it closed and run. Because I don't wash my hands in the bathroom because they turned off the high power sink. And it's like, goes really slow. So I have to go out to the actual nurse's office where we have a good sink and wash my hands out there.
Okay, so wait a minute. Because now we've done 2 bathroom etiquette. We did bathroom etiquette was our very first podcast. And then we recently have done a follow-up etiquette. Okay. So now I'm going to slightly follow up on this etiquette because you are going to the bathroom in your office.
Yep.
And then you are opening the door to get out of your bathroom to go to another sink to wash your hands. Okay. So you're germifying the bathroom door.
Yes, but listen to me. Do you know how many kids do not wash their hands?
Oh, I can imagine.
Almost 100% of them. I have to remind them, wash your hands. And so we have a sink outside of the bathroom, so they go there and wash their hands. So usually I put my sleeve of my jacket and open the door that way.
So you know how dirty and gross that door is.
I wash it with Clorox wipes every time I'm there.
Every time a kid uses it?
No, just every night before I leave.
Do you know how many sickles you're getting?
I don't want to know.
And germs that you're getting between now and the time you leave?
I do not, but probably a lot. I don't pee that often.
So you don't use that bathroom a lot?
No, sometimes I go to the the bathroom that's for employees, which is down the hall from my one office. The other office, I don't know where the bathroom for employees is at.
Because you rotate between a couple schools.
And that school, I'm not going to talk about it.
No, not today.
We're not getting started on that.
You better find a different solution, Tracy. because your bathroom etiquette just went downhill.
I know.
Yeah, downhill.
Nothing I can do about that. So that's it. I'm sticking to that.
I just had this random moment. I don't know how I thought about this, but do you remember that one time for Halloween? And I think it was only like a few years ago. Where you decided that you were going to wear a unicorn costume?
Oh yeah, I have one.
And you wore it?
Yeah.
For Halloween?
Yeah, at your house to pass out candy. Because at the time you lived in this crappy apartment that kids didn't come to.
And so you came over to my house in this costume.
Yeah.
Did it have a hood?
I believe so, because it had a tail that had... It had a tail, and then it was a unicorn, and it had a horn on the hood. And I wore that hood. Do you remember what I did?
No.
I ran up and back and forth in your lawn like a unicorn. And
And what does a unicorn do?
I don't know.
Well, how did you know what to do?
Well, they're kind of like horses, so I kind of galloped like a horse, and I was kind of woo, woo, woo.
Smacking your butt.
Yeah, to make me go faster. It didn't work.
So that's how it worked.
So, too bad you didn't have like a rein.
A what? A rein, like a horse.
Horse rein.
Unicorns don't wear reins.
Well, apparently you needed to go faster. You needed something.
Yeah.
To rein you in.
I was just trying to get kids to come get candy.
I think you were scaring them away.
I think I did too.
Sounds like you could have ended up on a list.
Probably.
On the do not enter list of crazy ladies in the hood.
You know, all the things I've done that have been funny, the boys will never forget them when they've been with us.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Okay. What do you think they're gonna remember the most?
Oh, that's a tie. Petrified Forest or getting pulled over in Oklahoma at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Why? We've talked about this before on our podcast.
I think they'd remember that because they were supposed to be sleeping. And I told the guy I was scared of semis, and they just busted out laughing. Caden, do you remember that? Yep. See? He remembers that, so the other two have to.
Yeah, that one was kind of...
I think that's one of the best memories, driving out to Arizona together.
Right?
Yeah. We always have fun.
Petrified Forest in the semis. And, like a little refresher from the semis, we had just switched drivers. You and I did.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And we told the officer when he pulled you over that we had just switched drivers.
And I've never driven this.
No, we didn't tell him that because...
You did.
I don't think we did, Tracy, because we didn't want to get in trouble. So we didn't relay the fact that this was your first time ever driving a 29-foot RV. I think we skipped that part.
Did we? I don't remember.
Honestly, I thought so.
Told them.
Yeah. But...
I don't know.
They're going to remember that.
They're going to remember that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Till I die.
Right.
And they'll have something funny if they ever have their own kids to tell them about their favorite
They'll
aunts.
be coming and visiting you in the nursing home.
Bringing me some margaritas.
And telling you about... Do you remember that time, me and Tracy, we got pulled over and you were afraid of semis?
Let's hope that's a long ways down the road.
Right.
I'm not ready for a nursing home.
Well, Chris might be ready to put you in a nursing home.
I work in a nursing home. I don't want to go there yet. I'd be the youngest person there.
Well, true. You could be.
I would be.
Would be.
The one I work at right now.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we've had some fun times together. Well, and so this podcast, I don't know, did we talk about whose idea that I wanted to do this podcast because of that show?
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be doing this unless I had some stupid, crazy ideas.
And we are still trying to come up with a true crime.
I know. I need
we're thinking about this.
Yeah, I have a couple in mind. So I'm really interested. There's two. Can I tell them what I'm interested in? Yeah. Is that okay?
Do it.
So I'm really interested in the Villisca House murders. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but there were 5 or 6 people that were killed in this house, and they still haven't caught the killer. By now, this was a lot like 1800s, I think. But there's a house that you can stay in that has, and it has ghosts and all that. And I've always wanted to go there, but everybody is scared to go with me. I'm trying to talk my middle nephew to go. I think he's up for it. We just got to do it. And then the other one is Jody Husentroop. I don't know if you guys know who that is either. She was abducted when I was in high school, so it's almost been 30 years, I think.
Tracy, you were not in high school when you were 13.
Okay, so it wasn't 30 years ago.
Because according to you, you're 43.
No, it was 30 years ago. You're just not 43.
Yeah. So I was almost 18.
Yeah.
So that one stuck out to me really, I don't know, just it was something that really hit home. She was a young lady who she was a TV broadcaster who went and did news stories. And I think one of the news stories she got into is what got her, I'm sure she's dead.
If not, she's doing a dang good job of hiding.
Yes, that was my other thing, is maybe she's hiding and doesn't want to be found, but I highly doubt it. I don't know why she'd do that with her family.
Yeah. I mean, don't you want to see her family?
Those are the two that I'm really interested in researching more of. But maybe I'll do that if we take a little break. And I will look into them and see what I can find out. Do you have any ideas, Lisa, about that? What you would do for a crime podcast?
No. I'm relying on you, Tracy, for this.
I really want a pen pal from a prison.
I cannot believe we haven't told our listeners about this.
I know.
Yet.
How have we not?
Because you've been talking about this pen pal thing for a long time now.
I'm trying to figure out how I got onto it.
Because of the ice pick.
Oh yeah, because I can't tell you my secret of the perfect murder, but I have a perfect murder. And then one of my nephews and I think it must have been Evan, because I'm pretty sure Caden's not into this stuff. We were coming back from somewhere, and we were talking about prison people and stuff, and we both got on the topic of pen pals. Well, and then I read that you could get a pen pal and have it sent to a church so they don't have your address. But you guys said no.
No.
Why?
Because they think you're nuts. Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Pen pals need people.
There's nothing wrong with any of us. You're the nuts.
I'm not nuts.
They need people
to talk to them.
Yeah. They've got people to talk to them.
They don't. If they're on death row, they're by themselves.
They've got mates.
Not a lot of times. Some of the people on death row don't. They're in a cell by themselves, or they get locked in solitaire or something like that.
Well, there might be a reason why.
Do you want to know why I want a prison?
I mean, we all want to know why, Tracy.
Because I want to know what went through somebody's mind that they had to murder somebody. I want to know why they did it, what they were thinking. I want to know all
What if they
that.
weren't thinking?
Well, they probably were. I want to know if they were high, if they were drunk. I want to know everything. So I'm hoping eventually I will get a prison pen pal. Okay, so we're working on a puzzle. Sorry. And Lisa, I think there's a haircut, and she pulls up a few pieces of the puzzle.
That's more than a few pieces.
Yeah. I hope she can put it back where they go.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
gosh. Okay.
So
you
my-
got sidetracked.
Eventually, I want to get to know them well enough I can go start visiting them.
Now that is crazy, and I am not going with you.
Well, I
I've
didn't
done
ask
some
you to.
crazy things with you before, and this is not going to be one of them.
Oh, it will be.
I am not
You'll give
going
in.
to visit a
Well, you don't
pen
have to
pal.
visit. You just have to drive with me wherever we're going.
No. I'll drop you off and leave you. No,
Well-
I'm not even going. Let's just be real.
Yeah, you won't go.
Mm-mm.
Chris, would you go?
No. I'm
You
saying
can't
it
answer for him.
I'm answering for him.
Probably not.
Brian?
I think it's nuts.
Nope.
What is wrong with you guys?
We are nuts.
I would say so.
Yeah, we are definitely not.
Because-
nuts.
I just don't see the... What word do I want? The
A benefit to going there, Tracy.
benefit
They
of going...
still need friends. Even if they murdered somebody, they had a reason.
No, they didn't.
Not
Everybody
always.
has a reason for everything they do.
My reason
reason-
for not going with you to visit a pen pal is because you're nuts.
Okay, like this puzzle we put together only because we wanted to do it while we were talking on our podcast.
No.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have started a new puzzle.
No, I did not want to start a new puzzle.
I know. And we did it because I convinced you that we needed it for the podcast.
Well, you convinced me into some pretty dumb things.
Not really. We've never gotten in trouble.
Yet.
I don't plan on ever getting in trouble.
Well, good.
We've had to call people to come pick us up before, but that's not anything bad.
True.
So I've never gotten you in real trouble.
Real trouble as opposed to fake trouble?
Well, real trouble I mean by like we've never been arrested. We've never got.
Yeah, you should definitely preface that with yet.
Okay, you guys might not have heard that, but Caden is down here with us in the other room, and when Tracy said we've never got arrested, Caden chimes in and says, yet. That's so true.
Caden, remember who your favorite aunt is? You better be good.
And and I've always told the boys, I said this to somebody the other day, I think it was a client of mine. We were talking about like Aunt Tracy and the boys and yada yada, and I was like, something came up about like getting in trouble or whatever, and I was like, oh, the boys already know that if they ever end up in jail, that they better call their Aunt Tracy and not their mom, because I am not bailing them out. One of my clients was like, really? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it.
I will 100%.
I'm like, they can spend the night there and Tracy might be their pen pal.
Nope, they will never spend the night. I will bond them out no matter what.
Bond them out.
Yep.
Oh, Tracy.
Because
You're just too good of an aunt.
I'm too nice.
Oh.
You know.
I figure if they got themselves there, they can enjoy it for a little while.
I disagree, Chris, because you're not a good uncle.
I am the best uncle.
Well, not if you're not going to bail them out of jail.
I wouldn't bail you out either.
Oh.
You know my rule.
Snap.
The boys would bail me out.
Would they?
That's on
Caden,
them.
would you bail me out of jail? See?
Sure, he says. Okay.
Caden is willing to bail us out of jail.
Well, he said you, actually,
know.
because
No.
you asked.
He'd probably leave you in jail.
Probably.
No.
Because you just said you wouldn't pick him up, so why would he pick you up?
Right. Exactly.
If your dumb butt can get yourself there, then your dumb butt can sit there for
What
a
would
day.
I do to get in jail?
Why didn't you tell the two people that you already bailed out of jail at one point?
I've only bailed one person
One
out.
person out.
And I'll never do
Because-
it again.
Oh, the only reason I did is because she worked
I
at
did
the
it.
same company as I did, and we had a huge catering event the next day, and I needed her there. I could not do this by myself.
So you bailed her out.
I bailed her out. I won't do it again for anybody
Left her.
except for the boys.
Did you get your money back?
I won't, but we didn't have
Yeah, we paid money. She paid us back.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Huh.
And she went to every court date.
I knew that.
She did everything.
Yeah, she's good.
So, yeah, we.
I've
Okay.
run
It
into
was
her a
not a
couple
bad
times.
experience.
It was not a bad experience.
But it's never happening again.
No. Well, the boys, yes.
No. No.
Okay,
Well,
that's to be determined.
That's a different subject. We'll talk about that at a later date.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Oh,
So-
gosh. So,
Yeah.
Tracy, I think we should wrap this up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they've talked about a lot. More than I expected.
I mean, ghosts and
Ghosts, jail, prison.
jail, prison.
Oh, I bet there's ghosts in jails and prisons.
Oh, God. But you're never
Oh.
going to know if you go because you can't take your ghost app. How are you going to find that out?
You can't take your phone in there?
No, you can't have your phone in a jail cell.
What do they do with it?
They
People
keep
take
it.
No, they take their purses in there.
No, you do not.
I watched it on TV the other night.
Oh, Tracy. It gets compensated and put in a special place with your name on it. I'm
What if
guessing.
somebody steals it though? Because we're in a prison,
It's locked up by an officer, is my guess.
but somebody could still steal it.
Well, then you don't take your crap with you.
Huh.
You leave it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look into more of the crime podcast and
Okay.
into what you can take in the prison to see people.
To see people you can, but not if you're in prison.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. I meant when I go see somebody.
I wouldn't want to take anything. What if they reached their hand through that little hole and
There's glass between you and them.
there has to be a talk hole?
It's like this big.
My hand won't fit through that.
3 inches, Tracy.
3 inches. I don't know if prison guys' hands will fit through that. Woman, maybe.
But on TV, sometimes they show where you're sitting at a picnic table together.
Well, I won't do that. They won't let you do that with a murderer.
Oh, good thing. Oh my gosh, that's just a whole nother episode, Tracy.
I'm weird. We all know this.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think this is time to wrap it up.
This is time to wrap it up. Yes, yeah. So listeners, be sure you are following us on your favorite social.
Liking us. and
Like
sharing
us, comment on any of our things that we post. Let us know if you watch ghosts like Tracy does, and be sure to keep sipping, and we will see you next time. Thanks for listening.